as kids, we all used to play connect the dots. Open up that little, the little book and you connect the dots, okay? It was really easy because there were numbers, right? What go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. Well, we play the same game in building a strategy. It's connecting the dots and making sure everyone understands that what you're trying to achieve at a financial level, the value level, has an impact, a direct link to what you're trying to achieve with your customers. Yeah. And below the customer level, it's what you're putting in place to achieve certain beliefs by the customers. So if you want a customer, the customers to believe X, Y, and Z about you, what are you doing to achieve X, Y, and Z? So that's your process level. So you've got your value level at the top, you've got your customer level below that, you've got the processes and the projects that you're going to be putting in place to achieve those customer beliefs. And then below that, you have an enabling layer. And on that enabling layer, that's where you have to identify what we need to either hire or buy or retain or put in place in order to achieve these major projects that we're putting in place. So it's a linked system, all tied together, making complete sense of how you're going to what your strategy is and how you're going to execute.
And then upper management, C-suite is top down, and then the lower management and worker bees, field staff, whatever it might be, is more bottom up with this model.
Yeah, I like to say that board members and management teams read a map from the top down, and rank and file employees read it from the bottom up, because that's where they're really feeling what their role is and how they're fitting into the strategy map. Because somebody who, if you're working on a manufacturing line or whatever, may not have any understanding or appreciation for what the value goals are at the very top. That's set by your board and by your management, but the individuals those are the ones who have to be brutally honest about, I don't have the tools or the talent in my bailiwick. I don't have these things in order to achieve this. That's why I have to raise my hand and say, I need training on this in order to help achieve this particular process or project.
It's fantastic. We're going to go through the final 5 slides here. The next one is strategy map objective definitions from the customer's perspective.
So really quickly, once you've identified that we want our customers to believe X, Y, and Z, you have to get your entire marketing team in a room and say, okay, what initiatives could we put in place? Not that we're going to do them all, but it might be 10 or 15 things that we might want to execute to achieve X, Y, and Z. You might have 15, 20 of them. Then you're going to prioritize them based upon a couple of prisms. You're going to look at their strategic relevance and your delivery capacity, and whether or not the impact is urgent, and whether or not you have the ability to achieve it. Again, you're not building a plan to be put into a binder, to be put onto a shelf. It's all about execution. Yeah. So once you've identified your initiatives, your potential initiatives, you're going to filter those into the ones that you are going to accomplish or attempt to implement. Once you've identified your major priorities, then you're going to create an initiative card for each one of those initiatives. It really goes through what the deadlines are, what the budget is that you're going to be putting against it, who the people are who own it, what the major action items are underneath. Once you've done that,
I love it. I love this because it becomes a playbook for people to really refer to and go back to, and it deduces it down to such a level and in such snackable pieces that you fully understand what this is about.
Correct. And the first time you go through this, there are epiphanies all over the place.
Right.
You now feel, and this is a great thing for culture too, because in some companies, if you've got isolated pockets and disparate cultures, they're not all on the same team. This really pulls them together. This is the discipline and the diligence to really pull your culture together. So it has way more positive impact than just executing a strategy. It really pulls your culture together.
Yeah. Then, of course,
Once
there isn't a strategy without marketing KPIs, which is next.
That's right. And those are the final things. And the final elements are, okay, we're seeking to accomplish X, Y, and Z. How are we going to know whether or not we are on the right path, the right trajectory, and the right speed to accomplish these particular things? So you're going to define team KPIs within your marketing, and you'll have base goals, stretch goals, and reach goals. And then your final is going to be, here's Sarah, the social media manager. What is Sarah going to be measured on? She will have her own KPIs, and there might be 6 or 8 or 10. It depends. These are the things that you are going to, Sarah, these are the things you're going to be measured on. These are the things your performance will be measured on. And by the way, now let's read it back up, and you'll see exactly how what we're asking you to do and measure ties in with the team KPIs, which ties in with the corporate KPIs, which ties into the overall strategy.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like playing connect the dots.